Good day, mate, and welcome to the Nifty.Show. Episode number, I don't even know what episode number it is here, but we're on another episode. And we are here today with the one and only Zach Comm and myself. And we are talking to AussieMates today. Ain't that right, Mr. Zach?
That is very, very correct. I do not have the talent for an Australian accent that you seem to have, and I should have seen it coming. I'm slightly disappointed in myself for not seeing it. But we have, from AussieMates, we have Bianca with us on the show. Bianca, great to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, I got to say, your accent, Aussie accent, way better than Zach's.
I've been practicing it for a while, so I'd hope
really
so.
Good. Well, I know, Zach is the son of Joel Comm, so I'm surprised he doesn't have an accent to be able to pull out. I'm very disappointed in that, but that's okay. We're going to move right along, and we're going to talk about AussieMates. AussieMates.io is the website, and it looks like there are a bunch of kangaroos. Is that right? So maybe tell us about our project. What's this all about?
Yeah, for sure. So as you guys are seeing, they are some very jacked up kangaroos. It was intentional when my co-founder and I were pulling together the idea for AussieMates. We wanted something that was iconically Australian that we could carry through and have hop into everyone's wallet. So it doesn't really matter where in the world you are. Our utility is global, but we wanted everyone to have a bit of a taste of Australia and be able to own their own little Aussie mates. So we're 10K ultimate best mates, hopping around the Ethereum blockchain, ready to hop into your heart and into your wallet. And really, the vision behind why we wanted to create Aussie Mates was we wanted this concept of no mate being left behind. And really, the whole premise of the kangaroo only being able to move forward, we wanted that for our community, we want that for the space. So we thought the art tied in nicely to that. Plus, they're just a really cool animal, and I think our artist has done a really awesome spin on.
Yeah, I don't know, Zach. I think AussieMates or maybe Kangabros. They kind of look like Kangabros because they're all swollen. Maybe
Kangaroos. I'm surprised it took this long for me to discover an avatar project based around kangaroos. We've seen two that are based on drop bears, and those aren't even real. But
I don't know. If you come down to Australia, they're very, very real. So
the Australian is going to tell me that the drop bears are definitely a real thing. Now, as a creator coming into this space, that there are a ton of avatar projects out there, but I'm sure that you've designed AussieMates to be very unique, very worth investigating for people that are coming into the space, people who have already been investigating these different projects. Can you talk about what makes these different from the other projects?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fundamentally, what we're aiming to do is actually not change people's digital identity with a profile picture. And we've always said from the start, we're here to help people. And that's why really the premise behind AussieMates is actually creating your ultimate best mate to hop around the metaverse and the real world with. So think of it as, man's best friend instead of a puppy. It's a kangaroo. So that's what we've designed really in our utility. And what we want to make sure we're doing is actually encouraging positive behavior and encouraging people to go out and explore, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in the States, whether you're in Puerto Rico, it doesn't matter. What we really want to do is encourage people to go out and explore the world. And we're going to do that in a way that's gamifying that experience and rewarding people for those experiences. So what we've actually managed to craft is a real physical way that you can interact with your digital NFT, which not a lot of projects have been able to do so far. And being able to play with your NFT in the real world and get rewarded for it, we think is pretty cool.
That's definitely something that I have not heard conceptualized in the form of non-fungible tokens before. So can you dive in and explain sort of concretely how there is physical utility associated with these?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got two big milestones planned for 2022 once we do launch in January. And the first one is the actual development of our augmented reality app. So how that will work is think of the Pokemon Go phenomenon. And we saw people going outside in droves hunting these Pokemon. It was something that both my brother and I played quite extensively. And when we thought of coming up with the utility for our Aussie Mate, we were like, well, how cool would it be is if we could actually bring these to life through the app via augmented reality. So your Aussie mate will live in your back pocket. It'll ping you with a notification and say, hey, it's time to go on an adventure. Maybe they're taking you down to the beach. Maybe they're taking you to the mall. Once you get there, you'll actually have to pull out your phone and find your Aussie mate in order to get rewarded. So rewards will depend on, one, how long you've held the NFT versus how, grand the adventure is. And your rewards will range from anything from NFTs from the community wallet through to ETH, through to discounts from partner brands that we work with along the way. So it's a real physical way of interacting with the digital NFT, as opposed to just having it live in your MetaMask wallet and only pulling it out when you're either playing the play to earn aspect, or you're trading it or selling it. So it's a really nice way of integrating it into the lives of our holders.
It's like, I want to go on an adventure. I'm your mate. Let's go do some things. So it's like it gets you a little exercise and gets you around the world. And you get a notification. Oh, so your NFT is like your NFT has gotten away from you. It's like, oh, I'm in the mall now. You better come find me, or else Zach's going to grab me and put him in his wallet. So you better watch out.
Exactly. We've taken very Crocodile Dundee vibes and going into exploring the deep dark unknown, which is the outside world for a lot of us. If you've been into NFTs for a while, it can get very digital heavy.
Right. I want to ask about this because you said mental health and the metaverse. I guess the metaverse. I guess it could be mental health being a big reason why you guys started AussieMates. What's it all about? Tell us about that, because that's something. I mean, especially with the lockdowns and all the crazy bad stuff that's been going on these last couple of years. A lot of depressed people out there. How are AussieMates going to help with mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. So a big part of it comes down to, again, wanting us being able to help people. And when we did want to look at a charity
Which is cutting out a bit on us at this moment, it sounds like.
Yeah, sometimes those connectivity
Am I
issues. Hey, Bianca, I think we lost about the last 10 seconds due to the connectivity. Can you answer that question again?
Yeah, of course. So fundamentally, when we decided what cause we did want to support, mental health was just the natural sort of selection for us. Both my brother and I, who's my co-founder, have both been touched by the worst aspects of mental health, unfortunately, and really it ties back into wanting to help people. So we've partnered with Livin, a mental health organization down here in Australia. We've committed up to 8 ETH to them on the initial drop, plus 50% of our royalty sales for Q1 every year. So it'll be an ongoing donation that we have with them. But further to that, what we're actually doing with Livin is offering their Live and Well program, which is actually backed by a certified psychologist, and offering that to our community as well. So that'll be offered for a minimum 5 times a year, just so we can touch all the different time zones. And from there, what we want to do is actually start exploring the metaverse, to start answering some of the bigger questions and breaking down some of the bigger barriers to access to mental health resources. So we'll be leveraging the metaverse to make mental health care accessible, but more importantly, affordable for everyone that lives in this digital environment. We know that increased screen time increases rates of anxiety and depression, particularly among young people, which is sort of right in our core demographic. And we just felt it would be remiss of us not to explore that avenue and make sure that we've got a solution there that, like we said, it is both scalable and affordable for people that are living in this space.
That is an incredibly fascinating use case, a sort of application of social good that is powered not just by blockchain, but by non-fungible tokens. And I can't help but think, when you put the words care and affordable together in the context of being provided through privately owned assets, that you're actually sort of the tip of the spear here. You are scratching the surface of an enormous realm of potential for people to find resources through non-fungible tokens.
Absolutely. Yeah. For us, it was really about how can we make this more than just a JPEG? And we feel that between sort of those 2 key milestones, which the first one is the augmented reality app, the second being the mental health metaverse developments, we really feel that we're starting to trailblaze in this space of making sure that there are actual use cases attached to our NFT.
That's beautiful. You're doing some cool stuff. And you're also talking about, there's going to be May 8th is going to be Mate Day. You got some golden cockatoo collecting.
Yeah.
I'm reading about some of this other stuff. You're going to have some treasure hunts and some other things. You want to touch real briefly on that as we get close to wrapping up here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we anticipate both the app and the mental health developments to be about a 6 to 8 month build. Just my background sort of leading app developments and app projects, that's sort of the timeline that we sort of normally work to. So in the meantime, what we're going to be doing is rewarding our holders along the way. So the golden cockatoo collecting, rather, say that 10 times quickly. And after a few, I'm sure that gets trickier as it goes on. But the golden cockatoo collecting in front of our 5 iconic golden landscapes will enable you and a mate to be able to travel anywhere in the world in an all expenses trip paid on us. So if you collect all 5 golden cockies, you're going to get the trip. Yeah. So it's one of the ways that we're starting to interweave rewards as we're waiting for this big development to happen. So that's the first one. Again, the treasure hunts in real life and the metaverse are all designed to onboard new people. So all about rewarding current holders for finding them, but also encouraging newbies to actually onboard into NFTs and for us to be their mates in doing that. So a couple of different things we've got planned in the pipeline over the sort of 6 to 8 months once we do launch, but really excited to kick it all off and really get going.
So how many golden cockies are there going to be? Curious about that.
So there's only
it's hard to collect all 5 golden cockies if there's only 5.
There's 10. So they're
10.
super rare.
So somebody has to. So somebody's got to pay extra to try to get these golden cockies to try to collect 5 of them.
I mean, it's all about encouraging a really robust secondary market. Obviously, we're hoping that the price won't inflate too much that becomes unaffordable, and if it does, obviously we'll reassess. But really, it's to again.
Some Yahoo's going to be like, no, it's 420 ETH for this one if you want it. I'm like, wow. So it's going to be hard to collect all 5, but that'd be fun if you do. You're going to travel anywhere you want in the world, huh? Nice.
Yeah. All expenses trip for you and a mate. Again, it's all about encouraging experiences. It's all about, adding good and creating some value for our holders' lives as well as their wallets.
I saw a note here that says that you have a special announcement for the Bad Crypto and the Nifty.Show community.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a big thank you for you guys having us on the show, what we'd actually love to do is anyone that's listening and wants to join our pre-sale list that is actually currently closed to the general public, we are opening it up for anyone that is a Nifty.Show listener. And we also have the opportunity to win 3 AussieMates NFTs as well. So we sent through a competition link too. So if your audience want to jump on and try and win an AussieMate for themselves, they are more than welcome to. But yeah, it was just a little thing for us to say thanks for having us on the show and letting us talk about AussieMates and getting the word out there. So anyone listening, feel free to jump in, send us a DM on Twitter at AussieMatesIO. DM us saying that you're from the Nifty.Show and we'll hook you up with a pre-sale spot and the chance to win one of 3 AussieMates.
Very nice. And those are in the show notes, folks. If you want to go and check that out, go to the Nifty.Show.com. It'll be the last show live, or you'll be able to go find it. AussieMates.io is the website. The Twitter is twitter.com/AussieMates.io. And you can check out their Discord, but you need to go to our show notes or just go to AussieMates.io to find all of that relevant information. Bianca, thank you so much for coming on the Nifty Show.
Travis, Zach, thank you so much. Wishing you guys both a very Merry Christmas and stay safe and be kind.
And keep it nifty.
Keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Zach are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Zach say this will blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go. It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty Show.